Hello everybody. I want to talk a little bit more about the term on the bit, or having your horse go on the bit. And in this clip I want to show you another couple of exercises that you can use to familiarize yourself and your horse with the feelings, the different feelings that go with the different expressions in dressage. And one of those terms is the diagonal aids system, or aids that are diagonally applied. And what that means in essence is that there's a way of how physics align the rider's body with the horse's body in a fabulous way that keeps the horse to stay straight while they're traveling and carrying you on curved and straight lines, and also in lateral movements, right? And so in the most simple terms, you could say that the inside leg gives impulses that are caught by the outside rein tension, or, slight giving and taking on the outside that is very sort of so subtle that it's almost imperceptible. It's not a big back and forth, but it's like when your inside leg goes on in rhythm with the horse's motion in the different gaits at different times, then, at that point, the outside rein, when your inside leg goes on, your outside rein gives a tiny little bit of a hold against that. So let's say I'm going to put my little filly here into a little bit of a sitting trot. And one way of to demonstrate this is, fairly simple. I'm putting her into this little mini trot here, really, really tiny trot on a square. And I'm going to, every corner, use my inside leg a little stronger, turn my left shoulder, and catch her with my outside leg and outside rein. I don't know if you can see that. It's sort of a little bit like a turn on the forehand in the walk or in the halt, but this is in the miniature trot version, which, is not as simple as it looks, but it's a really good way for you to get started to experiment with this feeling. Inside leg is on, while the outside rein right now keeps my horse very, very straight, if you could see that. Right? So I'm not bending her at all, really, in the corner. I'm going to go into a posting trot here. I have my reins bridged. And just to expand a little bit on the subject matter of, diagonal aids, where one part of your body pushes diagonally against the other, so to speak. Coming out of the corner here, right leg engages, and the left leg in rhythm gives a little bit of a supporting aid. And we're in the mildest sense right now, just leg yielding a little bit, right? So I'm going to just continue here. I'm going to make a little loop. And again, coming out of the corner, right leg pushes against left rein, right? And I'm going to go and let her just come over here. And the more you do it, the more you experiment with this, and I'm just going to take her to the other side now, the more you will feel how that translates into your horse being more accepting of the bit, right? I have my reins bridged, so that means neither my left nor my right rein can make the horse really particularly crooked. Even in this tiny little, trot that we're doing right now, you can see Philly, who usually has quite a bit of a sort of anxiety about the bit and never really truly for any length of time steps into the bit as much as I would like her to do. But this exercise, for some reason, helps her to have to navigate all the different puzzle pieces that we're offering to her, right? And so I'm just alternating, and I'm creating this little butterfly pattern here with her. Little bit out of every corner that I come towards the center line, I'm going to say to her, come on, let's go a little bit sideways, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I'm very, very careful, to stay very centered and very sort of non-invasive with the rest of my body. Other than that, I give her a firm, but not intrusive sort of little bit of knee pressure, knee closure, so that she doesn't run away and she has a chance to go sideways. And you can see this is very conservative. We're not talking about huge crossings at all, just a little bit forward, more forward than sideways is always the sort of the mantra in the beginning when you start out with these things. And we're going to do it one more time. So left leg against right rein. Left leg, right rein. Left leg, right rein is sort of the premise and the idea behind all of this. And with that, I'm just going to go let her stretch a little bit and say thank you to you, Philly. It's a hot morning. We're not going to do a whole lot more today, but I wanted to at least give you this little bit of food for thought so that you can play with these elements for yourself and just kind of give it a try. It's, nothing is, perfect in the beginning, but if you give yourself and your horse the ease of the mini tiny trot, and it's not a really collected trot yet, because collection would mean the horse is taking a little bit more weight up behind, and a much higher level of self-carriage would occur. We're not at all in that realm of things yet. We are in the beginning part of understanding, connecting the horse from the back to the front, and the diagonal exercises like that, these leg yielding steps, these mini leg yields, are a super nice way to just kind of get into that meditative state, breathe, just say a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Nobody needs to get excited about anything, and before you know it, you will have longer and longer sections of a feeling where you can tell that the horse is actually moving more comfortably, more rhythmic, regular in her or his rhythm, and sort of the back starts to feel different when you sit on the horse. It's not so much about keeping the horse round and, stepping consistently all the time into the bit, as, eventually we hope to create that state of riding, but right now, in the beginning, it's just like a little bit more, few more steps of a good feeling. And then if you just keep riding like that, the horse will understand, oh, this is good for both of us. And so that's the partnership, that's the friendship, that's sort of that trust-based companionship that we're all looking for and want to create and build, right? And so there's another little bit, and I hope you enjoyed this session, and I wish you happy riding. Thank you, Philly. Good girl.